Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Monday, November 27th, 2023. Welcome to a new week and a new edition of my daily vlog where I'm reporting progress and process of trying to make content creation a sustainable profession, career, gig, hobby, job, whatever you want to call it. This is me making sure that I am accountable to someone each and every day. So let's start by going back to Friday. So this is Monday. So Friday, you'll recall if you were here that my focus was to complete the Atari 2600 Plus review in order to get it out. I had a long road ahead of me and it was a full day. My wife was out of town visiting family. She took the time after Thanksgiving to go and visit some family, and so I was a bachelor alone in the house here. So I was I wasn't hyper-focused. I was no distractions. I had no one to blame but myself for distractions. All that is to say, I did ultimately finish. It was I had to keep nudging myself to keep getting it done. If I had. This is the vlog in power, right? Because I had told you what my intents were, I felt absolutely compelled to get it done. It would have been very easy to go, oh, it's a lot of work, I'll get back to it Monday, if I was just operating in a bubble, but I wasn't. So I got the video done, and it's out, it's published now. So I actually released it to members on Friday afternoon and then publicly Saturday morning to everyone. So now it's been out since Saturday morning, so Sunday morning, Monday morning. It's been out about 2 full days. And it's doing great. 2 full days. It's up over 8,400 views. Now I'm a little confused, puzzled, sad, curious why it did incredibly well out of the gate, and it's really leveled off really quickly. I expected this to continue, on a higher velocity than it is. So I don't know if it'll get a second wind. It could just be because there's more and more. There's so many people doing videos on this that it's hard to stand out, to be recognized, to be. It's not like when I did the Game Station review and I was one of only 1 or 2 people talking about it at the time. So I'm sure that factors in. But it's doing great. It's a top performing video of the last 10. I'm not upset with it. It's tons of engagement, tons of comments, it's generated subscribers, all that. So, and there are more videos to do on it. You remember, it was the second video that I did, well, really, third or so. I did a comparison, the Game Station and the Plus, and then I did the, look, I just got the thing, I opened it video. And that was all before the review, and then I had done the review, and there are other things that I could possibly do. That's in the coming weeks, not right now. We'll talk about today in a second, but that was a very successful weekend. I enjoyed that Saturday watching the stats rise and seeing a new video do well. That's always it's validating. So let's see. Saturday, nothing to do with this vlog, but I had my first poker night at my house in about 3 years. I used to have a monthly poker night. There was the pandemic happened and everything petered out, and we never got back to it, and the house was too cluttered and all that. Anyway, the cleanup for Thanksgiving prompted me to say, wife's out of town, kitchen, dining room are all nice and neat. Let's have people over. So I did. Had a few friends over, had a fantastic time Saturday night. Very recharging, very brotherly, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So let's talk about stats then. So stats-wise, look, even though we had a great big day, the nice thing about averaging out the last 7 days is it's humbling. You can't just go, look what a spike we had. Well, let's average. We're still averaging about 13,000 views per day. We're still averaging about 67 subscribers a day, so above that 50 line, so both good. Right now my baseline is like 10,000 views and 50 subscribers. Anything above that, and it's backsliding too far, so those are both above my baseline. So I'm happy with that. And that has led us to a new milestone. I forget where we were on Friday. We might have been almost to hit 41.2, I think. Anyway, over the weekend, with all the traffic, we're now at 41,430 subscribers on the main YouTube channel. Strong performance. So good over the weekend, and hopefully that'll continue into the week. So what about this week? So this week is going to usher in December. December 1st is Friday. So today I have about 5 things I need to do and about 3 things I've got to do and other things I could be doing. But main things I need to do. Number 1, if I'm going to do this December Advent thing, I've got to get it going because the first one drops Friday morning, right? So my target is, look, I've been doing work on the side, but I keep getting sidetracked by primary, look, the 2600 Plus landed in my lap. I had to focus on that last week, so I didn't spend as much time. So I have like the intro done. I need to, it's very low, like production effort. It shouldn't take that long. My goal today and throughout 4 days until Friday, I need to get at least 5 of them in the can. So by that I mean, look, because the first one's Friday, and then I need Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I couldn't do another one at least until next Monday after the first one came out. So I need to have at least through Monday, so that's 4. So I need to get 5 of them done. More if I can. Once I get the first one done, the rest are going to be an assembly line, I think, because these videos are going to be 2 minutes or so long, just me talking, hands at the table, a quick introduction with this intro. So the first is the most complex. Everyone after that is simpler. I need to get to those because it's an experiment that I want to go for. I want to drive this through December. I don't know how it will do, but I think having that as an additional traffic generator in December would be I think it would be valuable. And I watched a really fascinating, I'll get to that in a second, fascinating video I watched. So what else today? So Advent stuff, yes. We're going to record another episode of the podcast. So I told you, we talked last week that my colleague George's wife is in the hospital. And so we're working around his schedule, of course, as much as he wants. First of all, he's been given an out. It's not like he's obligated to come and record the podcast. I gave him an out, so it's not like, get out of the hospital with your wife. It was an invitation. Do you want to do it? Do you want to take a week off? Do you want to take 2 weeks off? Do you want... So I want to make that clear that he's like, I want to do it because it's something to take my mind off of the other chaos, which I fully understand. So that's why we are still recording the show with George, and that's why we had to find a good day to do it. I think we're going to pick up an episode recording tonight at the end of today, like 5 o'clock or so. So I have that coming. Additionally, I have another episode of Celebrating Yesteryear that I need to get in the can. All of that needs to be done at some point today. Plus, I need to pump some more shorts into the system. I need to get those going out on both the regular channel and the podcast channel. I have tons of stuff to do. As you remember, Monday is typically like a loading the chamber kind of day. It's like getting all the stuff stacked up and ready and prepped for tomorrow and the rest of the week. So last week was a short week too, so I hope to get more velocity out of this week. So the interesting video that I watched, I'll share with you here at the end. They talked about there's so many interesting parts to it, but it was interviewing someone that has a very successful channel, and they talked about weighing the differences between staying in your lane, which is the niche that YouTube has delegated us for, which is kind of like retro, nostalgic, arcade gaming and Atari stuff, sort of that, right? So there's that niche, that kind of thing. And they talked about stay in that, but remember when you had a new channel, which I certainly do, how you were experimenting. You were just making videos about whatever and throwing it at the wall and seeing what people watched. And they said they're not advocating for that, but they're like, when you were doing that, you were experimenting to find the thing that would resonate, which we found for us. But they said once you get comfortable, don't stop experimenting, which is not to say deviate from that, just take a left turn, because that's can be very detrimental to velocity. But they said, don't give up on periodically doing something that is related but tangentially to the things you're talking about. I think this Advent thing is experimentally that sort of thing. So it's not tried and true. We did, oh goodness, I want to say it was in 2018, maybe. Yeah, 2018 we did a top toys and games, like a video every day in December one time, which we did 26 of them, because 26 letters of the alphabet. Excuse me. But we weren't nearly as big a channel then, and it kind of went over like a lead balloon. It didn't do any better or worse than any other video, even having one every day, you think. No build or anything. So this is an experiment again with that. So that video, I learned a lot of things in this kind of like interview video with this big time creator, and it reinforced my desire to do this Advent calendar thing for December. So I'm not sure it's a good decision. However, it's not a decision that I can know if it's a good decision until I try it or something like it. So it's not intended to replace the work that I do in December. It's intended to augment it. And I'm sure it's going to, diminish from it some, because a video every single day, I maybe can't do 2 videos a week or 3 videos a week in addition to that, but I'll still do a video or 2, certainly over the course of a week, a standard one. It's not, this is meant to be, this gravy on top of the meat, right? It's not meant to be the meat. So I'm sure I'm missing tons of interesting stuff, but we have all week to talk, so we'll be back and we'll talk again tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get after it. So thank you so much for stopping in to check out my vlog today, if you did. And if you're here every day, I love you for that. I so much appreciate you being part of my little support system and party here. It's been something, and it continues to be something. So I'm gonna get after it. Thank you so much. Please do something good for yourself today. If you haven't in a while, especially do it now. You deserve it. Have a good one. I will talk to you next day. Bye-bye.